going to read the story, and you and Ailey are going to do actions when I say different words. So let's practice them. When I say Finn, you're going to pretend to suck your thumb. When I say Finn the poet, you're going to stroke your chin like you have a really long beard and look very wise. When I say salmon, you're going to put your hands together and you can use them to make a fish. When I say fire, you're going to pretend that you're warming your hands by the fire. When I say river, you're going to use your hands to make waves in the water. When I say nap, you can put your hands together under your head like a pillow. When I say wise or wisdom, you can tap your head and wink if you can. When I say the world, you can use your arms and make a big circle for the world. And when I say 9, you're going to hold up 9 fingers. Okay? All right, so the story of Finn McCool. When Finn McCool was 9 years old, he went to live and work as an apprentice to the old druid Finn the poet, to learn how to be a warrior and a poet. For Finn the poet was very wise in these ways. Finn the poet lived near a great river. At one place in the river was a pool, and in that pool lived the salmon of knowledge. The salmon had all the knowledge of the world. The salmon was very wise because he had eaten the nuts from the 9 hazel trees of wisdom that grew hanging over the banks of the pool in the river. Legend said that the first person to eat the salmon would also gain all the wisdom that was in the world. Finn the poet wanted to gain this wisdom. He was tired of waiting, so he sent his young apprentice Finn to the task of catching the salmon for him. It was a very tricky salmon, being so wise, and it took young Finn 9 days beside the pool of the river to catch it. When it was finally caught, the old druid, Finn the poet, was tired. He instructed young Finn to cook the salmon on the fire while he went to take a nap. He told Finn, "Don't you take a single bite, not even the tiniest taste of this salmon. I must be the first to taste it." Finn didn't know why, but as Finn the poet was so wise, he did as he was told. As young Finn was turning the salmon on the fire, he accidentally touched its charred skin. "Ouch!" he yelled. In a panic, Finn stuck his thumb in his mouth to ease the pain. Hearing his yell, Finn the poet woke up from his nap and came running to the fire to see what had happened. He saw young Finn with his thumb in his mouth and realized something about the boy had changed. "Finn, did you eat any of this salmon?" he asked. Finn didn't want to say yes because he knew he promised not to taste it, but he couldn't bear to lie to Finn the poet. The wise druid would never be fooled by a lie anyway. "Yes," said Finn, "but it was an accident. I burned my thumb on the salmon and wanted to stop the pain. I'm sorry." The wise old druid was not angry. He had suspected this might happen. "Do not worry, Finn. I'm not angry with you. Many years ago I saw in a prophecy that the salmon would be eaten by someone named Finn. I thought it would be me, Finn the poet. But you have tasted it first, and now the salmon and all the wisdom in the world is yours. Please enjoy the rest of the salmon for your supper, with my blessing." Finn the poet was happy it worked out this way. He knew Finn would become a great hero. But since young Finn's first taste of the salmon was not a real bite, it was just a tiny taste from his burnt finger, his wisdom wasn't always at the tip of his tongue. And this is why whenever the great hero Finn is not sure what to do, or has a big problem to solve, or a difficult decision to make, he sits down and sucks his thumb until the right answer comes to him.